Good morning from Gokula, from Glastonbury, and inside Glastonbury is this meditation space, which I call Gokula, in my garden, basically. I've been, along with all of you, watching the world from within my cocoon in these very mysterious times that we are living through. Noticing that some people, what I've noticed is that some people appreciate the being called to be still, and others don't. So I'm reminded of what Krishna has to say in the Bhagavad Gita. There Krishna tells us that in this world there is nighttime and there is daytime. And what most people would call nighttime, Krishna says, for some, is daytime. The verse goes, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam. I'll sing it, I think. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagarti Sangyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Shanisha Pashyato Mune. Yanisha, Nisha means night. Yanisha, what is night time? Sarva Bhutanam, for all beings. Tasyam Jagarti Sangyami. This is the time of awakening. Jagarti means to get up, to awaken. Sangyami, for the self-controlled, for the ones who have taken control of their lives. I'm reminded of Swaraj. Swaraj literally means self-rule. Swa, myself, Raj, to rule. Swaraj was the term that Gandhi gave for, he called it for independence. In India there was the independence movement, Swaraj. And at the time, Gandhi made the point, a very well taken point, that we will only have independence as a nation, he said, when we have Swaraj, that is, when we take rule of ourselves. When I find my true self and I take full responsibility for myself, then I can have Swaraj. So each of us, we can find responsibility in our own lives, and that's true independence. Whatever is going on in the outside world is actually not so important for the individual. What's important is taking control of my personal life. I can determine how I'm going to see the world, how I'm going to experience the world. So here Krishna uses the word samyami, which means the one who has controlled themselves. And for that person, what appears to be night for all beings is the time of awakening. No? So referring to the circumstance in the world now, having to withdraw from one's routine, for many people, routine working life, going off to work in the morning, commuting to work, and all that goes with that, the distractions that go with that. And spend time with oneself, or for many people, with one's family, with one's house, the people who share my home. Spending time together, but especially, I would say, spending time with oneself becomes such an opportunity for the self-realized person, or for the one who has taken control of my own life. As I spend time with myself, I grow, I awaken, which is really what this verse of Krishna's is all about. What seems to be nighttime for the materialistic person is the time of awakening. And when I'm awake, the outside world actually, it can't touch me, because I have rediscovered that inner connection. So Krishna goes on to say, Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani, what is the time of awakening for all beings, which essentially, the time for going off into the world, for engaging in what Bhagavad Gita calls fruitive work. The word karma means work, and the implication is that in this world, generally, we work in order to get a result, and that is called fruitive work. I want to get a fruit. So Jagrati, waking up during the daytime and going out into the world in order to get results, in order to exert my influence, my control, if possible, over the world. While all beings are doing that in their daytime, Krishna says, Shanisha Pashito Mune. This is nighttime for the other class of person who he calls Pashyato. Pashyato means the one who sees. And specifically, Prabhupada translates this as the introspective. And Krishna uses then the word Muni, the introspective sage, the one who has really found an inner world, an inner reality. So, living in this world, we are constantly called, in fact, to choose. Should I put my attention into the outer world and become absorbed in the world of the senses? Or maybe spend time with my own inner world? Because that is another world entirely. And in today's society, that inner world, the world of, you could say, some might consider the world of the imagination, has been taken over by sort of the entertainment industry, or what people might call the world of creative people who invent alternative realities, which are projected to us on screens, mostly. What they have actually done is they have colonized this interior world. Now, the interior world is is where I connect with a higher reality. Unfortunately, we allow ourselves to be so distracted by these false inner realities which are projected upon us through the internet and so on. And so we have tended to lose the capacity, the skill, to be able to go into the real inner world. So the Pashito Muni is the one who has found that true inner reality and is going deeper and deeper into that. So in the path of yoga in general, we divert our attention to developing this inner world. Why? Because the exterior world, which I see with my senses, this world is not here to stay, or at least I'm not here to stay in it. I'm passing through. This is not whatever I may attach myself to in this world, it's not going to last. I will end up being disappointed. I won't find that true inner satisfaction which I'm seeking. That's why in all spiritual paths we divert our attention inwards. It doesn't mean that I ignore the outer world, because as the more I become samyami, that is the self-controlled person, the more effectively I can engage with the outer world, not in the spirit of trying to control it, but in the spirit of service. Service is the essence, really, of the spiritual path. To give my service to ultimately to the Supreme. If I live and act in this world in that spirit, then I will always be, in metaphorically speaking, in the daytime, because I will see clearly. So when night falls and the actions of the world, the exterior world, when people turn to sleep and the exterior world slows down, that is the time when the one with the inner vision, when one cultivates one's inner life. And in this age in particular, the recommendation is that we cultivate the inner life with the chanting of japa, pronouncing the holy name, the sacred mantra on the bead, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And as I practice this, something very wonderful happens. Over time, my attachments to the exterior world, they slowly fall away. And Pashyato, I start to see, I see this world as the energy of God, as the energy of Krishna, and I engage with this world in a spirit of service. And the other thing that happens is that slowly my inner vision starts to awaken. And this slow awakening of the inner vision is compared to the sunrise. When the sun rises, everything is revealed. Now the sunrise is gradual. When dawn approaches, there is a period of twilight. This period when, between nighttime and daytime is the time when slowly the darkness starts to dissolve. And in the practice of japa, of chanting the name, the sacred names of God, which are called Nam, this period of twilight is called Namavas. Namavas is when, having practiced my chanting of the holy name, gradually I have started to waken up, and with the twilight, slowly I start to see another reality, a true reality. And this vision can be external, seeing the world as it truly is. Krishna says, I am the light of the sun and the moon, I am the taste of water, I am in everything. But also Krishna says, I am within you, and there I am guiding you. I am speaking to you. So slowly, in the practice of Namabhas, this is the time as slowly the shadows start to dissolve, and my eyes, my true vision starts to awaken. Pashito Mune, the introspective sage. So in the world today, at this present time, a very mysterious time, a time when all of us are being called upon to consider deeply, what is my life for, actually? I'm sure that many, many people must be pondering, consciously or unconsciously, they must be pondering this question, that why am I here living, actually? Because we're being reminded all the time of the proximity of death in the current sort of flow of the news, how many people have died today and so on. We are in a world of death. This place is called Matya Loka, the place of death. This is where we're living. But it's because I get distracted by the exterior world. During the daytime, I rise and I go into the world and I engage with all these fruitive activities. I lose sight of the fact that this is all temporary. It's all going to come to an end. So what is the real purpose of my life? That is the question. And so I think, for me, I feel very much this is a time when all humans in the human society, almost all, are being called upon to ask this question: what is my life truly for, in fact? And we, all of us, have a choice. We can choose to devote, I can choose to simply to look outside, or I can start to turn my attention within. I start to take charge of myself, take responsibility for my own life, not look to be so distracted by other people who claim to be able to control my life. In fact, I'm the only one who can exert control on my life. In the end, the true life of myself, my eternal self. So a time for awakening, when the world comes to stillness, when night falls. This is the time of awakening for the one with inner vision. So thank you for spending a little time with me, and I will be giving a little talk like this every Wednesday, and so hopefully I'll see you again next week. Hare Krishna.